Hello and welcome back to the Big Condo Records podcast. I'm your host, Hayley Jane, and I have an amazing guest with me today. I have the director of the records company of the Big Condo Records. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Royzy.
Hello.
He's the director of this place. It's very nice to have you in the hot seat there.
It is. I didn't think I was going to be here, but I am.
You are. You're there.
Yeah.
You've got and lots of wisdom that you can impart with us, Mr. Royzy.
We have indeed.
Yes, so you are the
Yeah.
director of Big Condo Records. Can you tell us a little bit about your role and what you do and how it all began?
Yeah. So I'll speak a little bit more about the role in a minute, but I'll go into how Big Condo Records came about. So Big Condo Records was an idea which started back in 2012. I'd run a record label previously back in 2004. At that time I was managing 20 artists. They were all rappers though, underground rappers. But obviously I was learning the music industry because I was a rap artist myself, and I had to go away and learn about publishing, sync licensing, contracts, management deals, record deals. And then when I'd learned about the whole industry, we came back in 2012, and it was about putting something in place and building real infrastructure for the city of Liverpool, because obviously Liverpool is known as the music city, but there's no major record labels here. So you never see it. There's no Sony, there's no Universal, there's no EMI. Obviously, there's none of the smaller ones like Atlantic or Def Jam. I really wanted to build something which was everlasting for the city. Yeah. So I had to come up with a name for this record label which represented a safe space, a safe home for artists, something that also represented multiple genres. Yeah, because it wasn't just rap. The idea was always to work with metal, it was to work with punk, it was to work with indie, rock, as well as pop. I love pop music, as well as rap music and acoustic and folk and country. So I spent 2 years trying to develop the name, and we came up with Big Condo Records. And the reason why it's called Big Condo is because I was researching about condominiums down in Miami, and there's a lot of timeshare. So with
I always wondered what this is, the Big Condo thing, yeah.
So with timeshare, it's kind of like 3 months of the year you could own the apartment. 3 months of the year I could own the apartment, and 3 months of the year Carl from Hawksey Park can own the apartment, and we could have Phil Beale from Islington Radio, he could own a piece of the apartment as well. So it's actually called shared complex living. So I moved that over from that to music and turned it into shared complex music, meaning a multi-genre label with multiple rooms for music. So meaning safe space for all artists in all genres. So that's how the name Big Condo Records came about. It incorporates
lots of different things in one space.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if that's one thing you do definitely offer, is that safe space. You come in here and it is like the Big Condo family. I think I mentioned that every single time. And you've definitely created that.
It is.
And obviously you've come from a rapping background yourself, and I'm sure you'll talk about that throughout the interview.
Yeah.
But what made you specifically want to become open up a record label and be a director of a record label?
I have just always dreamed of running a record company since I was very young. It's been amazing to watch all the dreams unfold and to actually be put in the position.
I don't think I've known anyone as ambitious, and I'm not just saying that. I don't think I've known anybody with all the ideas and these fantastic plans, and you put them into
to
fruition.
work.
They come to life, and every time I see it, a new thing is happening. It's amazing.
It's you've got a plan, and you've got to build. You can't just dream. You've got to build block by block. Big Condo Records was started from the very bottom.
Well, you've been an artist in the industry yourself, so you've had that experience. So why did you feel that you needed to go away and learn about the industry to open up a record label? Did you not know from your own experience?
No, it's quite shadowy for the artist and the industry. Most artists don't know about publishing, sync license, distribution, management contracts, record contracts. It's quite taboo for artists. Obviously, artists and bands who are really up on the knowledge, they will know, or people who have experienced the industry, they will know about these contracts and what types of contracts are available. But for artists who are just solely focused on the music, and they're solely focused on their art and craft and just developing their craft, they don't really pay attention to that type of thing, and neither did I until it was time to do that. I think one of the reasons as well was the fact that I was an aging artist as well. I'd been doing it a long time, and I knew that
an aging artist,
aging artist, yeah. I knew that I wouldn't be doing it forever, and it was kind of, if I'm not going to be an artist, then what am I going to do in the music industry? Music industry, there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of bands, and there needs to be some really good structure behind the scene, and I want to bring that.
Was you seeing a lot of flaws in your own experience, like what the industry was offering? You felt like you could offer something a little bit better?
Yeah, and I've delivered that multiple times over. When I was coming up in the music industry, developing, using studios, writing, creating, promoting, performing, there really wasn't much help out there, if I'm going to be honest. So everything that the industry's been missing, I've been creating step by step. But it's got to be done brick by brick. It can't just all appear at once, because it's a lot of hard work. What
was some of the things that you wanted to change in your business from the experience that you had? What was it that you wanted to kind of bring to the forefront and offer your artists that you weren't getting offered?
The real experience. Big Condo Records is a touring label. So we've just done the 33 city, town, village, We The Label First Lap Tour 2024, where we visited 33 locations, some festivals, some gigs, some headlines, and we had the whole roster. So every artist that I manage, they all went out on tour. For some of them, it was their first experience, and it's such a pleasure to see their faces in the back of the tour bus, and they're on the way to Leeds or they're on the way to Birmingham, and it's the first time, and they're getting out to Liverpool, and they just can't believe it. Like, this is something that dreams are made of. This is what these people, these bands and these artists, these dream of this from when they're like 10, 11, 12, 15, when they get in the band. We're going to go on tour, we're going to tour the UK, we're going to tour the world, all this. But it's such hard work to get to that level.
Do you think it's important for your artists to know all of that information about the contracts, about all the behind the scenes stuff, or are you happy for them to just be the artist and you just do it all for them? Do you think it's important for them to know all of this, what you're trying to implement here?
Myself as a manager, as well as the owner of the record company, I like to make very clear to all the artists and the bands exactly what it is
that's expected of them in this industry.
No, what the contract is, as in like what it actually means. Because a lot of some people or artist bands, they don't know what it means. So if you can sit down and explain to them what it actually means, like how they're going to get paid off publishing, how they're going to get paid off sync, how do they get paid off distribution, how do they get paid from management and stuff like that. So it's making them aware so they know what's going on. Yeah. So, I mentor a lot of artists and I explain the whole game to them. And I think they all appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. Because, they have that expectation they're just going to get up on the stage and they're going to sing, but there's more to it, isn't there? There's more that, as a manager, that you would necessarily expect of
for
them.
the business side, but even the likes of the performing as well. I do a lot of performance coaching, so helping the artists with stage presence and letting them know where they are on the stage, how to make eye contact with the audience, try and make it feel special for the audience. Don't just stand there in the middle of the stage holding the microphone with your guitar or just on the rhythm, and actually like work the audience, move around, make it feel special for the audience. So there's a connection there. Yeah.
I know you're big about kind of your social media.
I'm the social media general.
The social media general. Like, you've got to be posting on your social media to kind of like keep a online presence.
Yeah, we're in this current age at the minute where it's all about social media. So artists and bands, they should be posting every day. They should be connecting with their audience. More so about getting their personality out there and the brand more than anything, and staying consistent, you know.
Because it's nice for the public to see. I know some people just want to see they're an artist, but sometimes seeing a little bit of their personal life and a bit of their soft side.
That's all people want to see.
Yeah.
You know, what people don't want is for somebody to be like, check my music, love me. Like, that doesn't work. It's better if you get your personality out there, and then when someone connects on the level that you're producing on social media, then they'll go, oh, you got a song out, I'll check that. Do you get me? And they'll start supporting. Yeah.
And do you find artists, when they come and sign with you, that they just think that they're going to get a song out and they're going to perform it next week, and then they have a little bit of a shock when you tell them the reality of it? What's your process of developing them?
Every artist and band is completely different. Yeah, they all have different hopes, different dreams. They have a different opinion on how the music industry works. There's not a one size fits all program for any artist. So, the first year when I take an artist on, it's about learning the artist, developing, trying to get some type of relationship with the artist, to see if we can connect, to see how much, how beneficial I can be to their brand and their business. And, it's just about, like, trying to see where they want to take this, because not all artists think the same, and some of them don't want to be the next Ed Sheeran, they don't want to be the next Eminem, or the next Weeknd, or whatever artist, the next Madonna. Some people just want to create good music and have some type of longevity within the industry, whereas some people want to be famous. Do you get me? Some people are just happy to be at a record company and to just be releasing music. Yeah. So you learn all that on spending time with the artist and meetings and developing. You can listen to what they want. You know what I mean?
So you've got to invest a lot of your time into your artists.
We do. That's how you build a relationship, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless these good relationships, it doesn't work. When I got into this years ago, I thought that it was just about you get a good artist, you package them, you get a song, and you put it out and you promote it. But that's never been the case. It's far from that. There's so many relationships involved in it. You got relationships with magazines, you got relationships with radio stations, you got relationships with presenters, engineers that do the venues themselves, producers, studios, journalists, as well as session musicians. So the music industry is all about marketing and relationships.
So when an artist approaches you, what has to stand out for you to sign them? 'Cause I'm sure you don't just pick everybody. What is it that stands out? What is it that kind of catches your eye? Out of all the hundreds that you must get sent.
It's more than hundreds. We're talking thousands.
Really?
Yeah. Like we had to look at the A&R email the other day, and there was over like 4,000 demos from as far north as far south, London to Glasgow.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
But everyone needs to pass a vibe check. Like honestly,
You gotta have the right vibe.
yeah, these more than just having a good single. There's a lot of work involved here. Like people don't understand how much work is actually involved until you're thrown into the fire. Yeah. Some people can't deliver. They haven't got the mental staying power to deliver, just for the fact that I don't know, some people think that when you sign you just blow up and then you're going to be the next big thing. But it's not. Once you sign, there's a lot of hard work to deliver, you know, from everything from touring, launches, music videos, artwork, photo shoots, interviews, social media, there's so much. You know, so like music is not really something that you can do part-time. When you're an artist or a band full-time. Yeah, if you're only going to look at doing it once in a blue moon, then it's not going to work.
But what is it that stands out initially? So do you listen to the music and that sounds good, let's get them in, feel the vibe? Yeah,
so normally if I've been given a hot demo that we really like, I will reach out to the acts and I'll give them an opportunity to perform on a tour or at a festival or at one of the Pioneer showcases.
Before you sign them?
Before I sign them, that's kind of, I can get to watch them, I can get to spend some time with them, talk to them, see what type of people they are, see if, you know, I can ask real life questions and see if they would be able to, you know, be at the label. Life is not for every artist or band. No. Yeah.
How many artists do you have currently signed to your label?
We've got over 20 at the minute. We're looking to add a few more artists and bands to the roster after the Big Condo Records Weekender.
So your books are officially open?
They're open for some new acts, yeah. We've had them closed since January. So it's been a very long time, 6 months without signing anyone because all the attention went on this 33 city tour. And we took all our artists that we were working with at the time. They all come on tour with us. So that was the focus. So once the weekend is finished, the festival, the focus will be bringing some new acts in. As all the acts that we have at the minute, they're all ready to release singles.
Wow.
So some of them are going on tour next year, 2025. You got the likes of Zenith will be going on tour. Charlie and Kira Marsland will all definitely be going on tour next year with me. So I'm looking forward to it. You know,
it sounds amazing.
It's exciting. Yeah.
And there's the opportunities that you give them. It just must be wonderful for them as well.
Yeah, it's you know, as I said before, seeing people's faces with the joy of what's being delivered is actually a big piece for me. Do you get me? Even not just with obviously our own artists are you know, very pleased with the delivery of everything that's been done for them. But you know, you can see the faces of artists that aren't signed. Like, they're so excited to be involved in the Weekender or to come in on an industry podcast with yourself, or, you know, to be in a magazine or things like that. It's very exciting for them.
Yeah, because it's a hard industry to break, whether it's acting or singing. It's a hard industry, isn't it? There's so many closed doors, and everybody that's kind of got access to it are gatekeepers. I find everyone are gatekeepers, and that's everyone I've met, apart from genuinely being here at the Big Condo. I know you can't make miracles happen for every single body, but what you genuinely do is you are at least giving people an experience, a chance, opportunities. You're not closing the door and saying, this is all us, and look what we do. You literally, you just...
I'm like the musical sweet shop.
Honestly, it's so lovely. And that's genuinely why I keep coming back. And I'm going to be embarking on another course. It'll be the third course I've done here. And I keep coming back because you're not gatekeepers. And I know you don't just take anybody on. Like you say, you don't just sign anybody. But in the meantime, you're giving all these people opportunities, and it's just beautiful.
These are different there, you see, because obviously we give out thousands of opportunities all year round, from radio interviews, podcasting, festivals, tours, launches, showcases, magazines, and we help a lot of people. But being a signed artist is different than an opportunity.
Yes.
Do you get me?
Yeah. It's taking it to the next level.
There's a lot of pressure. Yeah. I know the pressures that the artists and bands that I manage have to deal with.
You've been there yourself.
But I know that they don't like that message that comes through from me.
Yes.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, like
do you get me?
About getting your socials done and get this done.
I know they don't. But they also know that that's what they're meant to be doing.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So
yeah, all in their good interest.
Yeah. So I'm only looking after them.
It's a perfect transition, is it, from what you've come from? It's like you said that you was an ageing artist, which I'm sure you wasn't.
I am an ageing artist.
But probably back then. But you're putting all that experience back into this, so it goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
That's another reason why building it has been on point, because it's coming from a place of experience. Yeah, obviously, doing 9 UK tours as an artist, when it comes to mentoring an artist, I can explain to them how they're going to feel on the tour, the nerves that they're going to get, what it's like, the travel, promoting the tour, preparing sets, all different stuff. I can explain to them, because I know that whether it's a band or an artist, that they're going to go through all the motions. Do you get me? So I already know. So it's not like I'm just a manager, if that makes any sense. Whereas if it was someone that was just managing, they don't, or it's hard for them to grasp all the emotions that an artist and the thought process that an artist goes through.
They're just saying business. Come on, put some money first, get out there, you'll be all right.
Yeah. Where I know the thought process. I know what happens through the mind of an artist before they do anything. Do you get me? So I think when I sit down with the acts, it can be quite therapeutic. You know what I mean? For them. Yeah.
There's all that experience that you've had, loads of experience, and now you've got this Big Condo empire, and you've still got your feet firmly on the ground, and still very humble, and just clearly have a passion of imparting your knowledge with other people, and it's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to be a part of. I'm so happy that I found you guys, and I can't seem to get rid of me now. I'm coming on to my third course in a couple of weeks.
You're our presenter. You nearly finished the first season of podcasting already.
And I'm going to be ukulele expert in the next coming months.
There you go. There's a youth club coming.
Yeah. Well, Royzy, Rothschild, it's been absolutely amazing getting to chat with the director of the company, and I'm sure we could do another 10 podcasts just to get out of what you've done in your past. It sounds amazing, and thank you so much. And I thank you on the behalf of everybody and all your artists, because I'm sure they are very honoured to be a part of this little Big Condo family. It's a beautiful thing to be part of, and it's a beautiful thing to have in Liverpool, and it's expanding, and I can't wait to see. Every time I come in, a week later, you're doing another project and another project.
2025 is going to be huge. This is our 10th year.
This guy literally does not stop working, honestly.
All the stops for 2025. Being a record company, being 10 years old is a big deal for me. So we're going to literally just be putting so much on for 2025 to celebrate its 10th anniversary, which I can't wait. But I just want to say a couple of things. One, if you're an artist or a band wanting to send media packs or demos to the record company, you can send them to signme@bigcondorecords.co.uk. If you want to get involved in our festival, the Big Condo Records Weekender, you can email a weekender@bigcondorecords.co.uk and Taylor will take care of that. If you're interested in performing at Bandzilla or refreshment showcases, all you have to do is DM the Instagram, TikTok or the Twitter page and someone will pick that up. If you are interested in, coming down to the studio, recording some songs, email bigcondostudios@gmail.com and we'll pick that up from there. But, it's a tough journey being a musician, especially being in a band. And, as long as you work hard, you're consistent and you keep coming back, it'll work out for you. You'll get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Big Condo is a place to do it, guys. So get yourself down. I know the Big Condo Big Weekend is happening this weekend. So if you can get to any of those venues or any of those gigs, all the information is on their socials. It's been an absolute pleasure,
It's
Mr.
an absolute
Royzy.
pleasure, Hayley.
Thank you very much. That's the Big Condo Records podcast. I'm your host, Hayley Jane, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.